What is going on, Emerald? Back again with another review. In today's video, we are back again looking at the MLB standings. Once again, another week has gone by, and the standings once again have gotten pretty interesting. We are only 20 days away from the end of the regular season as we are speaking. So let's start off in the AL wildcard picture. As you guys know the deal, the AL East is still in chaos with the Orioles and Yankees still battling out for this title. I still have no idea who's going to win this. These teams do play soon, which is very exciting. We can actually take a look right here. They play the last couple games of the season. We got 3 big games that the Yankees are home for that they play. So very exciting as we're looking at the Orioles schedule right now. So it's going to be a big series. That is definitely going to decide who's probably going to win this division depending on how that series goes. These teams are pretty much tied in records, so I mean, a lot can happen. And then the Central, once again, is pretty interesting. Once again, the Royals are only 2 games back of Cleveland now that they're going into this. So once again, the Royals were kind of out of it. They were, in there. They tied Cleveland, then they're out of it again. Now they're back in there. So very exciting. I don't know what is good with the division right now with the teams. I mean, the Royals come up back. They're playing good. Cleveland kind of fell off. It's kind of weird. The Twins have kind of fell off as well, which we're going to talk about. So it's been a really weird Central division for sure. And, I just don't even know what's going to happen. And if you look on the teams pretty much on the out, it's been very weird with Boston really falling off. They're now 4 games back of this division. Seattle and Detroit are now ahead of them at 3.5 games when I'm recording this video. So very interesting. Once again, I don't think these teams will get in. I think the Twins will bounce back. But it is definitely getting closer than we've looked at the last time. And this is probably the closest it's gotten since we looked at it. At least with multiple teams. So yeah, very interesting wild card. Once again, I still think it stays the same. I still think the Astros are going to win that West. I mean, there's no shot that the Mariners even catch up. It's not really happening. They're only like 5-6 games back, but still, I don't think there's a shot. I still think Cleveland is going to win that Central. The East, I still have no idea. But I do think these are going to be 6 teams in the postseason once again. Whatever seed they're going to get is going to be pretty interesting moving forward. Once again, we got to show love to the White Sox on their update. They are 33 and 111 losses. So shout out to the White Sox real quick. Having an insane season. I mean, making history. So shout out to the White Sox. Moving over on to this NL picture. Once again, pretty interesting over here. I think this is the more interesting side with all these teams. We get a strong 7 teams in this fight right now. It's been very interesting. Let's start off with the division winners. Once again, these are not going to change. The Dodgers, Phillies, Brewers, they're not going to change, right? Those are going to be your division winners. I do think the Dodgers and Phillies probably end up getting the first 2 seeds. The Brewers had a shot, but they also kind of fell off the way they were playing. So they're probably going to get the 3rd seed and have to play in that first round, which historically they haven't been the best in the wild card matchups. So going to be interesting to see how they kind of do. But I don't think they played in this new, 3-game format, especially with being at home is going to give them a pretty big advantage. So we'll see how they do. But once again, looking at the wild card, the Padres, Diamondbacks, pretty much locks, I'd like to say, for the postseason. I really don't see these teams falling off. I really just don't have that happening. Now, it gets interesting with the Braves and Mets, currently tied in record when I'm recording this video, and either of these teams can win it. I really do think whoever wins this is just going to be in a great spot. I mean, if the Braves don't make the playoffs, it would be really embarrassing, I feel like, especially with that team on paper and how much money is put into that team and their kind of strategy that other teams have tried to do. It'd be really bad, especially with the Mets, because the Mets were not likely to make the postseason at all. I mean, we've seen the Lindor comparisons. I mean, Lindor's been playing absolutely phenomenal. This team's 9-1 in their last 10 games, so absolutely phenomenal from the Mets. They went on like a 9-game win streak, absolutely just catch up to the Braves, and they've been playing phenomenal. So great to see that out of the New York Mets. But once again, I still don't know. I would like to see the Mets in the postseason. It is very fun to have that team in there. If the Braves don't make it, I mean, that is asking a lot of questions over in that organization. Because if you look at the Braves postseason history, right, they lost to the Phillies the last 2 times. So it hasn't been positive in that NLDS. And it was both 3-1. So very interesting. If they don't make the playoffs, I don't know what they're going to do over there. I don't know if they're going to blow it up. I don't know what they're going to do in Atlanta. But to get this team back to winning definitely has not worked since that World Series win. Yeah, I do think the Mets can make it. We got 7 teams in the NL pretty much right now. I mean, if we look in the AL once again, I would still say it's 6 teams, but you could include the Tigers if you want. You could include the Mariners, but I would still say it's 6 teams. We're really just racing pretty much for seed at this point in the American League. I just really don't think the Tigers or Mariners are going to make it. I just think they're way too far back. Unless, once again, someone goes on a crazy win streak, which is definitely possible. And in the NL, it's really just a battle between the Braves and Mets. I don't think much is going to happen. The Cubs are 5 games out. The Cardinals are 6 games out. Team's kind of 500, so don't really think it's going to happen. The Cubs had a shot at some point, but they kind of blew it, losing a lot of games. So I didn't think they were going to do it anyways. But yeah, very interesting moving on forward. A lot of the teams just mainly battling for seed and who's going to be home in the playoffs, which is really important. But that is pretty much it on the standings update. You know, a lot more teams are going to be in the fight now, which is going to be very exciting. And I'm excited to see it, honestly. I'm excited to see who's going to be in, what the matchups are going to look like. Definitely going to be exciting. I mean, we know Milwaukee's probably going to play the Braves or Mets, the 6th seed. And if we look back at the AL picture, it looks like Houston is going to play the 6th seed, so they're probably going to play the Twins, which would be a nice matchup from last season if we can already start to speculate on these things. There will be some really interesting series I'm excited to see, so definitely going to be a fun one to watch it moving forward. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Really excited for this postseason moving forward. I can't wait to cover all this stuff. And we are slowly dwindling down the teams getting eliminated left and right, so very exciting. But if you guys did enjoy this one, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.